Brian Davis.
Let's see, what was that?
Evening, my name is Brian Davis, Project Director of LGBTQ- Tobacco. Tobacco retailers in Concord are selling cigarillos for as little as 99 cents, actually cheaper than $1.29, and accepting discounts and coupons that can significantly reduce the price of a pack of cigarettes. And you're looking at some of those right now. Over 100 studies show that lower tobacco prices increase high school age smoking. Cities that have required minimum prices like Antioch's $10 minimum price and pack sizes for cigars and cigarettes and stop the redemption of tobacco discounts have seen those cheap, youth-accessible products disappear from the shelves. Based upon what we're seeing in another city that doesn't have a local flavored tobacco policy and the 2 Concord stores that we visited today, flavored products are still being sold widely in the stores nearly 3 weeks past December 21st, when Prop 31 took effect statewide. Prop 31 does not provide support for local enforcement of the new law, but there are multiple nonprofit agencies, as I said earlier, that have underage youth sale enforcement experience in the county. Bay Area Community Resources is one such group that has offered to provide that service in the mold of the methods used by a nonprofit in El Cajon, and that will soon be in use in San Diego County for Concord in exchange for a portion of the tobacco retail license fee and without requiring any policeman, department, staff, or time, just as happens in El Cajon. Concord could choose to, okay, we're talking about really 6, not 9 things, 6 things, okay? Could stop the sale of all flavored tobacco, including hookah, stop the sale of all vape products, whether flavored or not, like Walnut Creek and Pleasant Hill already do, require minimum price, minimum pack, discount, redemption, and I should say that those 3 really are a unit. They all work together, and it's commonly put together as one piece in a typical tobacco retail license. It's not complicated, not difficult. Those 3 right there. And then stopping underage youth tobacco sales. So those 6. All of that can be done without needing any planning department staff time, since none of those changes would be needed, would require development code changes. None of them would require planning staff. We're not talking about I'm not talking about limiting the number of businesses in the city, not talking about proximity from schools. We're not talking about pharmacy. We're talking about the things that the planning department is not needed to do. So all of that could be done by the city manager's office. So no development changes needed, no police department staff time needed, nothing needed to be removed from the city's priority list. The city manager's office has everything they need to upgrade Concord's TRL for the full city council to consider in the very near future. Our project is ready to provide technical assistance in support of that effort. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Jen Grand-Lejano.
Good evening, Mayor Hoffmeister, Vice Mayor, Council, and staff. My name is Jen Grand-Lejano. I'm with the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network. I'm the Government Relations Director for Northern California, a member of the Contra Costa County Tobacco Prevention Coalition, and most importantly, a mother and a Concord resident. I walked here today. So I've been working on getting a stronger tobacco control policy in Concord since 2016. And I'm so glad we're finally getting some traction and are able to discuss the issue before a full council tonight. So on behalf of ACS-CAN and myself, I urge you to strengthen your existing tobacco retail license to 1, enforce the license through regular inspections and penalties for violations. 2, end the sale of all flavored tobacco products with no exemptions for flavored hookah. And 3, create a price and pack size minimum for cigar products with no discounting or coupons. So state law recently went into effect, as you've heard, to end the sale of most flavored tobacco products, which was a great win for public health. This was an important tool to reduce access to youth, but there's more we can and need to do in Concord. State law doesn't include any mechanism of enforcement for the new provisions, leaving enforcement up to local jurisdictions. We've shared with staff some creative solutions. You've heard of the El Cajon model, some other things that have been done for local organizations to take on retailer education and inspections. So this doesn't have to be a heavy lift for staff. State law still allows flavored hookah tobacco to be sold, which is an increasingly popular product for youth. Concord has hookah lounges, and research shows that seeing a hookah lounge in your community normalizes smoking and increases likelihood that youth will start smoking. If you visit these lounges or see their menu online, you'll see they offer many youth-friendly flavors. So these are not products we want to keep on the market in Concord. My husband works at Carondelet High School. We know firsthand how much of an issue this is. Unlike cigarettes, which are required to be sold in packs of 20 and are highly taxed, cheap cigar products are still very popular among youth and are sold in singles and small packs for as little as $1. So that's why we want to increase the price. It'll reduce youth initiation of smoking and other populations who are price sensitive and help people who have quit to stay quit. Again, I've been working on this now for 7 years. We have a policy solution. We have examples from local jurisdiction. There's available funding from state DOJ to amp up enforcement. Please don't send us back to committee or priority setting. This is very easy. We're not reinventing the wheel. And so let's take advantage of the momentum we have now to get this done at City Council and stand with the community and take action tonight.
Before you leave, let me just get clarification on your statement. You mentioned kind of the areas of focus that you were interested in
Yes.
terms of priorities. Do they align with the prior speakers? I was trying to write them down because I think you guys had different
Yeah.
orders in which you listed them. I just was wondering, is there a difference between the two lists, or are you?
Well, so I've combined the kind of pricing, pack size, and couponing, because those are often kind of put together, but those would be, so mine are to actually enforce the tobacco retail license, so to have regular annual inspections, and then to end the sale of all flavored tobacco products locally, including flavored hookah. So that would be stronger than what the state law is, which again doesn't have any enforcement. And then to have the minimum price for cigar products, minimum pack size, and then restrict couponing and discounting, which would keep those last two provisions intact, because, yeah, so you won't be able to get.
Whether you had yours bunched together or spread out, are the two lists in alignment?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure. You just said them in different orders, and I was trying to make notes to make sure, but I thought they were.
Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah, I appreciate the clarifying.
Appreciate that.
Myra Lopez.
Good evening. My name is Maya Lopez. I'm the Tobacco Prevention Program Director for Contra Costa Health Services, Department of Public Health. The statewide flavored tobacco sales restriction was an important step forward in reducing youth tobacco access in the retail environment. However, for a flavored tobacco policy to be most effective, all products need to be regulated equally. In Contra Costa County, 10 jurisdictions have adopted policies to limit the sale of flavored tobacco products, with more recently this summer in the city of Orinda and in the fall in the city of Moraga, adopting stronger regulations and closing the dangerous loopholes left out by the state law. Locally, we can do more with the implementation and enforcement of a tobacco retail license. Routine compliance checks are necessary to ensure young people aren't able to purchase from any retailer in Concord. For the unincorporated, the enforcement agency we work with, despite its limited resources, is able to conduct inspections and decoy operations in the county. It is because of the enforcement of the tobacco ordinance that additional measures such as holding special hearings can be had after repeated warnings and education is not sufficient at the retail environment. Violations, the enforcement mechanism of a tobacco retail license makes it possible to hold bad actors in the community accountable. Otherwise, retailers would be able to continue on with unlawful actions without consequences. As it stands, the $250 state fine per violation is not tied, if not tied to a tobacco license, does not have any long-term penalties for a retailer who's not compliant. through a tobacco retail license if after several of the opportunities provided for the retailer to be in compliance with the law is not done, a hearing can be held where a decision can be made whether or not to suspend that retailer's license for a specific period of time and not allow the sale of any tobacco products flavored or unflavored. Studies of other cities find that a strong TRL not only lowers the illegal youth sales at stores, but also reduces the odds that underage youth in a city will be current tobacco users or ever try tobacco in the first place. We also understand the importance of tobacco education, but we also know that public health issues like youth tobacco use needs to be addressed at the policy level. Concord has the opportunity to implement stronger measures to deter youth from a lifetime of addiction. With a complete restriction on the sales of all flavored tobacco products, a minimum pack size, and a minimum price, Concord can ensure youth are protected from the tobacco industry. The health department is readily available to support you with all your needs. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Now we'll move to Zoom. The first speaker is Ashley Alcala.
Good evening. My name is Ashley Alcala. I am a member of the Social Justice Club at Mount Diablo High School, and I am also a student at Mount Diablo High School. First of all, I just want to say thank you for letting me speak up about this issue. As a senior in high school, I've been introduced as well as been around tobacco my whole life. At first, I thought it was normal to see my classmates and other students buy, sell, and use tobacco products. It was just so common to see. I even remember being introduced to e-cigarettes for the first time in 8th grade. As a matter of fact, I can guarantee you that it would be easier for me to find someone who will sell me an e-cigarette or any other tobacco products than it is to find someone who will sell me a candy bar for a cheap price. That's the type of school environment that I and many of my peers are surrounded by. It's not normal that as a 17-year-old, I'm not fazed by seeing students and my classmates openly use vapes, which is why we urge you to help us make our communities better. Because it's not okay that nearly 2 and 3 juniors from the Mount Diablo School District are able to easily have access to tobacco products like vapes. As someone who lives in POC and low-income communities, we realize tobacco companies are targeting our communities, and we want something to be done about it. There is no guarantee that stores won't continue to sell to minors, and that needs to change. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.